Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here. Welcome to another cinematic bucket list. I want to try and make it a point to cover more classic movies this year, and not just like 80s and 90s classics, but like 70s and beyond like classic. And with the release of Lisa Frankenstein coming out this weekend, it gave me the perfect, convenient excuse to take a look at the original two Frankenstein movies from Universal. Frankenstein, released in 1931, and Bride of Frankenstein, released in 1935, both directed by James Whale. These movies are both inspired by the novel written by Mary Shelley, which I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read, so I'm not gonna be drawing too many comparisons as to how this works as an adaptation. I'm just going to be judging the movies on their own as they're represented. So the first movie follows Dr. Henry Frankenstein, who is obsessed with unlocking the secrets of creating life. He is going from gravesite to gravesite, collecting body parts to try and bring to life his own sort of creation, but then that sort of backfires in his face and he has to, put a stop to it. And in The Bride of Frankenstein, the monster survives the village trying to burn him to death, and he is off like running through the woods trying to get to safety. And meanwhile, one of the scientists, like friends or professors from the previous movie, is trying to get him to make another experiment, but this time do a female one so that the monster has a companion. The bottle is slowly but surely falling out. Anyway. I thought both movies were really good. Like I said, I haven't read the novel, so I'm not going to be drawing too many comparisons. From what I've heard, I know that the movie does a lot of things really differently from the novel. On its own, I think both movies are really effective in telling like a decent story. They do a really good job commenting on the whole like pursuit of science, like man versus God, like life and death sort of thing. I do really like that the first movie, even though they are both like really short, like they're both like an hour and like under an hour 20, they both get across a lot in such a short period of time. The first movie is very much like the story of the scientist and his sort of like struggles with, playing God and him having to deal with the punishments of what he's created and everything like that. And then the second movie really tries to give some humanity, for lack of a better word, to the monster, which I thought was really cool. Both movies have really great atmosphere. They play around with sort of the gothic feel and tone and look of everything. The cinematography is great. The lighting, the way they play with the shadows and everything looks really great. The sets as well, like the fact that most of it was done like practically or using models, like it looks really cool and really convincing looking. The makeup as well on both the monster and the bride as well, like both of those look really well done. The acting across the board is pretty solid. It is that sort of 30s and 40s era, like very big over-the-top acting sort of thing. But I feel like here it's kind of warranted. Like it's a very over-the-top, like mad scientist type of story, so you're gonna have those type of performances. In terms of which of the two movies I like better, even though they do kind of bleed right into each other, like this opening of the second one literally has someone playing Mary Shelley like recapping the events of the first movie. But in terms of like judging them individually and which one I like more, I'd probably have to say the second one. I do kind of like them giving some development to the monster, and I don't know much about the book, but from what I've heard, the monster does go on to be like intelligent, and you can kind of see that sort of thing in bits of the second movie where he's like, he goes and is actually like learning how to speak and like actually gaining friendships when he goes and lives with the blind man for like a couple days. Like it's it's so like sweet and cool because, you know, they're both looking for companionship, and, you know, he can't see, so he doesn't know like what he looks like and everything. And, you know, the monster can't really speak all that well, so he's like teaching him how to speak and everything like that. And it's really sweet, but at the same time you're like, oh god, this is gonna backfire so bad. And it kind of makes it, and especially with the way it ends with like when the bride does come to life and she's just as terrified by him as everyone else, and he, you know, blows up the laboratory with everyone inside, like, it makes it feel like more of a tragedy. And while the first movie I think gave a much more like chilling like horror experience, I think the second one is definitely sort of a more, I guess, compelling story, I guess, if that makes sense. I mean, either way, both movies I thought were really good. I definitely think they hold up. And I'd be curious to cover more of the classic Universal monster movies for the channel, for the bucket list at some point. So, but yeah, going to my ranking, I gave both Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein a 4 out of 5. Again, with the edge of which one's better going more so to the second one. But anyway, that does it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you've seen Frankenstein or Bride of Frankenstein. Which do you like better? Tell me how they compare to the book, again, because I haven't read it. And would you like me to cover the rest of the Universal monster movies for the channel? Let me know that stuff down below. I've got more videos coming soon, but until then, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I'm posting. Follow me on my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.